Welcome to Serenity, Game Systems Foundation. In this step, we'll learn how to configure menu navigation using scriptable objects. We're not going to open any scene, set up buttons, or write code. Instead, we'll define the entire menu through configuration, and Serenity will take care of the rest. This is one of the biggest advantages of Serenity. Your UI flow is defined in a declarative way. You decide what elements you want, how they behave, and the system generates the interface automatically, using the UI themes we configured in the previous tutorial. A menu definition is a scriptable object that describes a menu. It doesn't contain logic, and it doesn't reference any game object in scene. It's just pure data such as the elements to render, the type of each element, the actions triggered by each option, and the localization keys. You define the structure, and Serenity builds it at runtime. Let's create a new menu. Go to the desired folder and create a new menu scriptable object. This represents a menu, so let's configure it. Start by setting the tag to module:menu. Assign a unique UID and define a title. If the title is a localization key, enable the Translate Title option. You can also adjust spacing using the title gap and options gap fields. Then, choose a menu alignment to define where the menu appears on screen, and an option alignment to control how the elements are positioned. Now, let's look at the options table. Click the plus button to add a new element. The first field is value type. This determines the behavior of the option, and enables or disables other fields. The next one is the UI element, which defines how the option has to be rendered. You can choose between selector, slider, toggle, input, drop-down, or text. The ID field connects the option to a game settings definition. This is disabled for transitions and actions. The label is what the user will see on rendering an option. The value field is used only for transitions and actions, and defines what happens when the option is submitted. You can also enable Translate Label if you're using localization keys on this option. And finally, you can assign a signal to dispatch and submit. Now, let's build a simple menu. We'll add new game option and exit game option. Next, let's create an options menu. Here we'll add a volume slider, a resolution dropdown, a full screen toggle, and a go back option. Go back to the main menu and add the transition to the options menu. Finally, open the menu service settings and set the new main menu we've just created. Now we can run the game and see the result. And that's it! You've created a fully functional menu using only scriptable objects. Now you know how to create menus in order to have a proper navigation. This declarative approach allows you to build complex interfaces quickly, in a consistent and maintainable way. In the next step, we'll take a look at player input and how to configure interaction across different devices.